Hi, I'm Michelle and here on bdTV we're going behind the scenes to take a look at the ECOYA candle making process.
This machine is what we call a wick waxing machine. So this is the start of the process where we start with some raw cotton wick, which is quite soft, and we use this machine here to coat the wick with wax to give it rigidity. So this is the start of the manufacturing process for making a candle. Stage 2 of the process is where we make the candle. So we take glasses, we load them on this loading table, which then feeds them onto the conveyor. So from the conveyor, we go onto the automatic wick inserting machine, which is just here. What happens is the wick gets fed through this part of the equipment here. It goes down, gets cut to length, and then the sustainer, which is glued to the bottom of the candle, gets crimped onto the end of the wick, and then the arm will rotate the sustained wick, which is cut to length, and then drop it inside the jar. So this is the finished product from the wick inserting machine, which is a cut wick with a crimped on sustainer. Now the sustainer is there for two reasons. One is it allows us to glue the wick to the bottom of the candle, and the second reason is for safety reasons. So it stops the candle burning to the bottom of the glass, which prevents any overheating of glass. So after that, the glasses come down the conveyor and get fed onto the filling line. Once the wicks have been glued into the jar, they get fed onto the conveyor, pushed down the conveyor through a preheating station to a predetermined temperature. So we set the temperature here, it preheats the glass, and that just helps in the process during solidification to stop, to make an even surface when we finish solidifying the candle. So from the preheater, the candles come down the line into the filling station. And this is where the candle is obviously filled with molten wax. And the wax temperature varies, but predominantly is around 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. This piece of equipment we have here, it can do around about 500 candles per hour. So we pour predominantly most of the day, and we've got the ability to change fragrances at will. The fragrances are by batch, so this is a melting tank that has around about 200 kilos of wax. So at ECOYA, we choose to use soy wax for a number of reasons. One is it burns cleaner, second is it's biodegradable, and I guess lastly is it burns for 30% longer than normal paraffin wax. So in front of you here we have a number of different soy waxes which we blend together to produce the best consistent candle we can. The soy wax flakes are basically made from soybean oil. It's made through a hydrogenation process, which is basically the heating of the oil under pressure produces this compound. So we take the flakes, combine them in different forms, and produce our candles. What else will go into it is a very important ingredient, which is fragrance. We work with a fantastic perfumist, which is his name's Isaac Sinclair, based in Sao Paulo in Brazil, and we're generating new fragrances just about every day. It takes a long time to generate them, but we're following trends and customer feedback, and trying to stay ahead of the game. It depends on the time of the year. So in winter, there's the warmer fragrances like vanilla bean and French pear, and in summer the fresher ones like lemongrass and ginger. The one we're pouring here today, Banksia and bergamot. So it really does depend on the time of the year, and really the time you're lighting the candle. So if it's during the day and you're having a barbecue and you want something fresh and invigorating, then lemongrass and ginger. If it's at night and it's romantic, then something different.
Do you have a favourite ECOYA candle?
For me, it's French pear. Alright, so you've got a pack of candles here, 4-pack of Metro jars, which will go to stores around Australia, leading department stores, home and giftware stores. We also send internationally to some key markets, Asia, UK, US, New Zealand's a big market for us. And surprisingly, they all have different tastes in fragrance. So Asia, for example, love fresh fragrances like lemongrass and ginger. The UK, finer fragrances, a little more sophisticated like French pear. And the US love their foodie type fragrances like vanilla bean. At the moment, we would have around 70% of our sales will be in Australia and 30% export, but that ratio is changing. I mean, we're growing quite fast internationally, launching into stores like Liberty in London and Harrods, Bloomingdale's, Macy's in the US, places like that. The most important part's the dispatch. So We get a picking slip, which is a customer order, gets generated, and we have barcode scanners. We scan in the order, go and pick the job, scan in each product that goes into the order. Then they get packed in these cartons and shipped to a customer. That's the end of it.
Craig, thanks so much for showing us around today.
That's my pleasure. Thanks to Beauty Directory. Thank you very much for coming to our factory.